Straight off the back of the very exciting new arrival of the Honda ZR-V, much sooner than expected, the brand new CR-V has arrived. This is not a new, fresh-looking CR-V, but a brand new CR-V from the ground up, and so much has changed, while still remaining to have that classic CR-V character which we all know and love. Hi guys, and welcome back to the John Banks review channel. Today I'm at Honda in Colchester checking out this brand new arrival, and in today's video I'm going to tell you everything that's changed from the previous generation Honda CR-V to the brand new version. So if you want to find out all of the new differences, then please keep watching. And if you do like car content like this from brands like Honda, Mazda, Hyundai and many more, then hit that subscribe button. So let's start by looking at the external detailing of the previous generation CR-V. The previous generation Honda CR-V is by no means a bad looking car. It's a really sharp looking SUV, but as you can see, it's slightly softened in its design. At the front you have the contrasting red paintwork, black bumpers, and then you also have quite a lot of chrome that's used on the previous generation car. You've got some large headlamps, and then you've got a large chrome grille that separates the two headlamps. You also have a black bumper which runs all along the bottom, over the wheel arches, down the sides of the doors and across to the rear bumper. You once again have a chrome bar which runs along the sides of the doors. The alloy wheels are finished in 18 inches and are in a two-tone design. By contrast, the new design feels simplified. It's slightly sharper. It has sharper curves and edges. With the previous car, you had those few different colours which run along the bottom of the doors and round to the front of the car. But now, on the new generation of CR-V, it's all finished in one body colour. That is until you get to the front of the car, where you have a much larger gloss black grille. You also have some sharper front headlights which are now slimmer, and the fog lights are integrated into the top of the lights like they are on the new ZR-V. You also have some contrasting black door mirrors which add to the sportiness, and you've got some 18-inch alloy wheels, but this time they're finished in gloss black. You may be wondering, size-wise, where does it compare? Well, it's the same height as the existing CR-V, but it's actually now longer and wider.
Diesel versions of the CR-V have previously been removed from the lineup of engines, and the model has been hybrid since 2021. Previously, you could opt for an 184 brake horsepower, 2-litre petrol self-charging hybrid, offered in either front-wheel drive or four-wheel drive configuration. Different from its rivals such as the Toyota RAV4, instead the Honda functions as a pure electric vehicle at low speeds, with the 2-litre petrol engine operating as a generator with the electric motors powering the wheels. Once you pick up speed, the petrol engine locks in via the clutch to drive the wheels directly. Like before, the new entry-level models share an almost identical 2-litre engine and electric motor as before, producing 181 brake horsepower and all-wheel drive. The big news for the new model is, for the first time in any Honda, it's available as a plug-in hybrid. Opting for the plug-in hybrid benefits from the same engine but a larger battery setup that can run for up to 50 miles in pure EV. The plug-in model is two-wheel drive only, but does have additional drive modes for dealing with trickier terrain, and can now tow up to 1,500 kilograms, nearly double that of the regular hybrid.
The changes around the back of the car are not so glaringly obvious compared to the front. You've got the same shape and design. However, once again, it's just been simplified slightly. You've still got those rear lights which curve around the edges, but now the bar across the middle, finished in chrome, has been removed, and you've got a simple design all the way down to the bottom. The main difference, however, is the addition of some chrome tailpipe covers, which add to that sporty feel of the new CR-V. Now here is where there's been a huge difference, and that's in boot space. On the previous generation CR-V, you'll find a really respectable 498 litres, brilliant for its class. In fact, it's massive. It's also really practical. You've got a low loading area, it's really wide, so great for getting pushchairs, wheelchairs, everything into the back of this car, especially for holidays. You've got a retractable parcel shelf, you've got a couple of levers in here for dropping down the rear seats, and you'll find some 12-volt charging. However, the new generation of CR-V, you get 586 litres, nearly 100 more litres. And here's the really cool thing. The biggest boot comes on the plug-in hybrid. With most other brands, if you go for the plug-in hybrid, it reduces the boot size. But Honda has managed to put the batteries elsewhere in the car, and that means you get more boot space in the plug-in hybrid because you also get some underfloor boot storage, which you didn't previously have. You do still have this really low load area, nice and wide, just as practical as before. You've got some 12-volt charging and you've got that retractable parcel shelf, but you don't, however, have the levers to be able to drop down the rear seats. But don't forget, you do now have them on the sides of the seats instead. And all versions of the new Honda CR-V get an electric boot. Practicality has certainly never been an issue for the CR-V. As you can see, the rear doors open almost at a 90-degree angle, so that means lifting car seats into the car is really easy. Once inside the CR-V, you get the same really high quality materials that you find in the rest of the cabin. You've got some nice leather seats, and you'll also find leather on the door cards. Practicality is great because you can easily sit 3 adults side by side. Even when you sit in the middle seat, you've still got loads of headroom and plenty of places to pop your legs, so you're not going to be fighting over leg space. You get 2 USB ports, which are hidden behind covers, which is quite nice. A pull-out armrest with 2 cup holders. However, you don't have any through loading, and you've got 2 ISOFIX fitments, but they top tether onto the roof, which I guess could be a small pain if I'm really being pernickety. You can also adjust the positioning of your chairs using the lever on the back of the seats, so you can pull them forward and you can have a little bit more of an upright position and have a bit more boot space. Or if you wanted to be reclined, you can simply recline the seat a little bit further. But this process of using the handle behind the seat could be a little bit awkward. Because of the way that the battery has been packaged, it's under the floor in the new CR-V, and that means you do sit up slightly higher in the back, so headroom is a bit tighter than it previously was, especially because all versions come with a panoramic sunroof. However, elsewhere in the back, it's still really spacious. I've got tons of legroom, and I've also got a really lounged feel. Now, you can still tilt the seats forward and backwards, but it's far easier to do now because you have a lever down the sides of the seats to do it instead. And now on these seats, you actually have 8 different positions that you can place the seats in, meaning you can either lay back and have a very relaxed feel in the back, or you can lift up the seats to be a little bit higher up, and that's going to give you even more boot space in the rear. You still get a pull-out armrest where you get 2 cup holders, and you've now got 2 USB-C ports in the back instead of USB. You'll still find 2 points for ISOFIX car seats, but whereas before the tethers were at the top of the car, they're now more conventionally on the back of the rear seats. It doesn't get much more practical than the interior of a Honda. It's so well thought out to be in a way which is simple to use and easy to live with. There is loads of storage solutions. You've got massive front door cards, you've got loads of storage inside this centre console, and this large removable part which hides items out of sight. You also have 2 cup holders, somewhere where you can store items or your mobile phones, 2 USB charge points, and then you have your gear selectors which are up a little bit higher. These are the conventional buttons which Honda have become so well known for. It has a practical layout in which the driver and the passenger has access to everything that they need, and it all feels very good quality, with leather trim all the way to the back of the dashboard. Practicality and quality is still absolutely spot on in the new CR-V. However, it's been slightly modernised and almost simplified to give it a cleaner and more stylish look. You've still got loads of really nice quality materials used all around the cabin, but you now have a similar honeycomb style design to the front air vents like you'll find on the new Civic and also on the HR-V. Practicality is still fantastic. You've still got an armrest with lots of storage, though you don't have a removable compartment anymore. You've got 2 cup holders, and where before you had the driver's controls, which were at the top of the dash, you now have them moved further down. This means they're easier to reach when you're driving, and you get some extra storage up the front. This includes a wireless charging pad and enough space to put 2 mobile phones side by side. You also have a USB and a USB-C charge port, and you still get a 12-volt charger as well. So as you can see, the all-new Honda CR-V has all the same fantastic characteristics which we know and love from the existing model, except it's been upgraded in almost every single way, and we think it's now a better car than ever before. But let us know, what do you think of the all-new Honda CR-V? Pop it in the comments down below. If you did have any more questions or queries about the existing or the new generation of Honda CR-V, then you can get in contact with our dealers down below. Or if you wanted to test drive one, then you can do that at Honda Colchester, Honda Bury St Edmunds, Honda Ipswich and Honda Cambridge by clicking the link in the description box. Until next time guys, see you later.